All right, everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Tuesday, January 10th, 2017. I'm Athen, and this channel is about using the actual constellations in the sky, known as Sidereal Astrology. If you are new, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, so we have the moon finishing up in Taurus here today in this gibbous phase of the lunar cycle. So still an expansion part of the cycle. We are approaching a full moon on Thursday, which means as we go through the week, more awareness, more momentum, insight, and possibly even too around Thursday, some culmination. So today with the moon in Taurus, we'll be going over Orion and entering into Gemini about the second half of the day. So with this energy, first of all, the first half still very good for connecting to Earth, being grateful for what we have, enjoying life, slow and steady is what Taurus is all about. Then as we start to shift into Gemini, that's more to do with using our minds and the practical side of things. Could be good for reading, writing, communication, exchanging with others, all this more inquisitive type of energy. Now Orion, the simplest way of looking at what Orion symbolizes is that a lot of you are very familiar with Ophiuchus, right? And that's where the galactic center is. And Orion is completely opposite Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is about, that spirituality. We talk a lot about the healing and the even ascension and, going into these higher states of spirituality, which is the center of the galaxy, that black hole. Completely opposite that is the expansion of the galaxy, right? The expansion cycle. And so that's very much what Orion is about. It's a lot like the quest of our lives as human beings, as grounded human beings. So cultivating achievement, cultivating the things that really are for our growth and the things we want to expand towards. And again, that's all very synonymous with this gibbous phase. So very good, again, to be grounded, to root ourselves, which is the earthy side of Orion, and then also to use our minds, which is the intelligence, the practical, the rational side of ourselves as human beings today. All right, so that's the moon. The moon is more of the emotional body, but it's also the theme of the day. So I think things relating to those earthy and inquisitive things is the general theme of the day. Of course, in a larger picture sense, we've been in Sagittarius, so still really good to be expanding our horizons. Open-mindedness can be a great source of energy. Mercury is, of course, direct, so we could be putting a lot of these ideas into place. Maybe the big picture ideas, maybe the possibilities and potentials, tapping into that adventurous spirit there. All right, so we do have a very important aspect, actually two going into tomorrow, aspects here today. One is the sun is squaring up to Uranus, and the other is, as we go into tomorrow, Mars sextiling Pluto. All right, so what's significant about both of these aspects is that they're all relating to a time back in October. All right, back in October, we had the opposition between the sun and Uranus. And we also had Mars conjoining Pluto, starting a new cycle with that. So at that time, let's talk about the Uranus side to this. At that time, we may have been cultivating or considering or moving something forward in regards to our freedom. All right, in regards to what makes us free, and particularly with Uranus, freedom of peace of mind, freedom of having more tranquility in our life. All right. And so today, and really this middle part of the week, it's really good to now challenge ourselves to maybe move some of this stuff forward, whatever it's been. It might be multiple areas for you. You can check your weekly to get more specific on that, see which house these planets are transiting in. But with the square to Uranus, where you can implement freedom in healthy ways. Because the challenge of the day is that collectively we're all feeling a bit of maybe wanting to suddenly break free or break through or maybe do some of these things that, again, are for our freedom, but maybe in a rash way. Sometimes in a square it can be impulsive, or sometimes it's coming to us from the outside and it can seem like we're having to make a timely decision or it's very frantic or something like that. So whatever it is for you personally, whether it's internal and external, thinking back to October and now seeing where you can challenge yourself today and this week to implement this freedom in healthy ways, in grounded ways. And it's about listening to that freedom, listening to that side of ourselves that wants that peace, right? That tranquility in life, and also the freedom of being who we are and having a life that's in alignment with what we're about and who we are. and taking the action steps to move that forward. Now, in regards to the Mars and Pluto, that was the conjunction back in October, which started something new about taking some sort of deep change towards our personal needs and wants, which again is what Mars is all about. Some new action was initiated at that time. So this is an easy aspect in the sense that it's a sextile, which means it's the first sort of opening of that, right? With those new seeds that were planted, now we have this new sort of opening here going into tomorrow to maybe make some deep change, right? Move some energy forward, cultivate those personal needs of ours, that independence, and whatever else that, again, we started back in October. So that's the strongest energy of the day, is both of those two aspects. We do have a lot of lunar aspects, as you can see here. Again, the moon is how we feel. So while that's going on, we may be feeling perhaps like, yeah, we are feeling quite free today. The moon is sextiling Uranus, which is good. Maybe there's some healing we're doing today with a square up to Chiron, which can be healthy and constructive. Maybe we are feeling quite expansive today, trying up to Jupiter. Again, open-mindedness with all that Sagittarius energy. An opposition up to Saturn does suggest that on one hand, we could be feeling quite grounded, and then on the other hand, like there's these responsibilities with our cultivating what matters most in life. That's been Saturn in Ophiuchus, opposing up to Orion. So maybe responsibilities, maybe serious things. Listening to that, but staying nice and balanced with those responsibilities today. And the moon opposing Mercury, same thing, but more towards Sagittarius. This is about balancing the communication, bringing extra attention to the mind, and the practical stuff, because again, Mercury's slowly gaining momentum, still stationed, sort of. And so as things move forward, it is about being flexible and adaptive. All right, so the strongest energy here today is certainly these two aspects. I would say certainly the sun squaring up to Uranus, again, relating back to October. How can we implement peace in our life, freedom in our life, freedom of being who we are, honoring who we are in grounded and constructive ways, and perhaps taking some action going into tomorrow to make some change in our life, to open our minds. This conjunction was all in Sagittarius, which is about the possibilities, the potentials, taking those action steps there to cultivate them. And yeah, with the placements, still a great time to be moving things forward with all these planets direct. Sagittarius, open-mindedness, and the moon in Orion, groundedness, practicality, inquisition, all of that good stuff. All right, so I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thank you again for all of your support, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.